Researching public stock used to be a difficult and time-consuming task. Usually we had to wait for an analyst to attend the corporate meeting, write a report, and send it to us. Today, all that's changed. Most companies use a webcast to present not only their earnings, but also their goals and objective for the company. Terrific insight for an investor. And the great thing is, we can attend those meetings right from our desk in real time. Today, a company that's well known to all motorsports fans, the International Speedway Corporation. Begun by the founder of NASCAR, Bill France Sr., International Speedway owns 13 racetracks around the country. International Speedway will hold their conference call at 9 o'clock this morning Eastern Time, and I know that doesn't give you much time, so you can hear a replay of the call beginning this afternoon and at any time up until April 17th. Now, before the call begins, here's our preview. Welcome, it's April 2nd, and this is ValueSide. I'm your host, David Ravel. Now, ValueSide is a research and management company, and our analysis today should not be considered a recommendation either to buy or to sell this or any related security. In fact, this will be the first time that we have reviewed International Speedway. NASCAR has always been one of the most exciting visual sports. Although it began in the South, today International Speedway, the principal owner of racetrack facilities for NASCAR, has tracks all over the country. On the East Coast, stretching from Florida to New York and out to Southern California. The only area they really miss is the Pacific Northwest, and it isn't for lack of trying. Twice they've attempted to expand to the state of Washington, but local politicians could not agree on a support package for building the racetracks. NASCAR really began its momentum back in the 1980s when major corporations looked to NASCAR as a primary way to reach that particular demographic, which was predominantly young and male. But more recently, fan support has softened. For International Speedway, their best earnings year was back in 2006, when the company earned over $3 per share. In 2017, those earnings fell down to $1.90 per share. Their fiscal year, incidentally, ends in November, so the call today will report the first quarter of 2018. So because of the way the calendar worked for International Speedway, I expect that this first quarter should be very good. The reason is, this will be the first quarter that Speedway will realize the reduced corporate tax rates. Speedway ended the year paying the absolute top tax rate of 35%. Now, under the new law, that will be reduced to just 20%. That's a 15% tax benefit that they will be reporting this quarter and going forward. It's very good news for International Speedway. Now, you can reach the conference call by going to the International Speedway website and scanning down for investor relations. So what do you do if you operate a bar and right next door a friend opens a video arcade? The answer? Well, if you're James Buster Corley and David Corriveau, the answer is create Dave & Buster's, a restaurant, saloon, and video game establishment. There are currently 110 Dave & Buster's located throughout the United States and Canada. This is another company which does not operate on a calendar fiscal year, and that means again that this report will be the first report after the Tax Reform Act of 2017, and they would be expected to show the benefits of the reduced tax rate on this report. Dave & Buster's carries a $2 billion market cap, and back on January 8th, however, the company lowered their earnings rate. Steve King, the chief executive officer, said, quote, "As indicated on our fiscal third quarter conference call, we had a slower than expected start to the fourth quarter. We expected sales to improve during our seasonally strong week in December, but instead trends softened further, leading us to update our financial outlook for fiscal year 2017. So, going into the call, there are two big factors, and they are the lowered tax rate and also the lowered earnings guidance. The webcast will take place at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can reach it on their website, daveandbuster.com. Scroll down for Investor Relations at the very bottom of the site. Tomorrow, we'll be featuring Ollie's Bargain Outlet Stores. And that brings you up to date on the company earnings reports for today. We'll be back tomorrow to see how they did. This has been a copyrighted edition of Value Side, published before the opening of the New York Stock Exchange. Don't forget, you can hear Value Side on Google Music, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and now on YouTube. For all of us at Value Side, I'm David Ravel, hoping you have a great day.